to Face Value Podcast, episode 248. You with your boy, the Green Lantern, a.k.a. Satan. Satan did that.
Why not that one when we were talking about C2E2?
See here, vibe. Greatest, best people in the world. Nady Jizax, what up, my
What's going on, baby? The Green Lantern is so sick.
Right, where does he come up? How does he do it?
I just freestyled that right now.
That's amazing.
Bailey from the north. I gotta get you a thing.
Yeah. I told you the horns. Pew, pew, exactly, Nate knows it. Yeah, that's what I always want. The corniest, most basic one. Pew, 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 pew. Yes.
Jimmy ITK, what up, boy?
Hey, Jimmy. Get that one with confidence. Hey, Jimmy.
Yes, there a big gear in this motherfucker too.
Yes.
What up, baby?
Indeed.
How you living?
That's
Best.
all the good.
He ain't got the beans, I'm telling you.
My man looking extra fried.
He don't have the beans.
Extra fried and extra fly. That's how we do it.
Hell yeah. How was y'all weeks, man? I know it was a long one for a lot of us, for real.
Shit, man. Smooth. Busy as fuck. That's all I can say. Just busy.
I went by the new spot. So I had the wings,
I'll bet.
garlic fries.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
You
smooth.
went.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
sick.
pulled up. You know
Damn,
what
you
I'm
pulled up when Nate wasn't there? That's crazy.
I told him to.
I mean, I had
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Look, I just try to bother you while you're at work. Like, can you please just not come when I'm like still trying to. But that's cool. You
But yeah,
approve
it
of
was
the
cool.
food.
I
It was-
approve of it. The vibe
yeah.
was decent for real. Is there a little back?
Decent. Hilarious.
Yeah, it's decent for real.
Hell yeah. Literally.
And Bailey, how your week going?
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like it's like the storm before the calm. I don't know. I really feel like I thrive in summertime, but sometimes I feel a transitional period with going into like the warmer weather. I don't know. So
No, I feel you. This was a rough one for your boy.
yeah,
They had your boy working this week. I got into some neighborly dispute.
yeah. Bro. And I literally hate that. You know, Perry knows that I've always had
So,
have neighborly disputes.
What happened?
So look, yo. First off, I went to the Gunna Wanna show.
What?
I went to go see Gunna Wanna. I'm gonna tell. I went to Snitch Fest 2024.
Oh my gosh.
But I fuck with Gunna, man. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I said when this shit was happening, a lot of these niggas
It's
was
politics, nigga. It's politics.
But like I fuck with Gunna. I fucked with Gunna's performance because we seen him. Remember when we seen him at
Yeah, that's
Lyrical
right.
Lemonade? Like I thought that he was gonna come on.
Wait, no,
there.
I didn't see him, I don't think.
You didn't see Gunna?
No, that was the next day.
Oh, okay.
I saw Ray Shrimmer and
Okay.
Yachty and shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thought that Gunna was gonna come out and just dance to his music, but that nigga was actually doing what he's doing. He had an auto tune on. It was sounding good. They had it in key.
Where was it at?
It was at the Aragon on Wednesday. They actually bogus as hell for starting my nigga Gunna in the daylight, bro. Like the homie I was with, he don't be out here much, but he was real excited to go, and I'm like, all right, cool. But he was like, I'm hungry. Do we got time to stop? I'm like, it's what 6:30? Yeah, we got time to stop. He was like, no, I want to see the show. We got to get there. I'm like, nigga, I'm just used to going to shows so often, and like.
The guy you want to see is not starting.
And they don't start till
later.
11
Yeah.
o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, come on, bro. Like, we Gucci, bro. I felt so bad. Because we got that bitch, and that nigga was already playing at 7:30. I'm like, it's daylight outside, bro.
Did he have openers?
He had JID and Nardo Wick open.
What time did they start?
Y'all niggas-
5:30?
That's what I'm
4
saying.
o'clock?
Y'all
God damn it.
Y'all put my nigga Nardo Wick on at 5:45.
But wait. It was all ages though, right?
Yeah, it was
That's
all
exactly-
ladies
Oh, that's
show,
why,
for real.
yeah.
They be trying to get, you talk about, I mean, I'm not trying to put people in categories, but you know, certain artists you put them together and stuff that are like, oh yeah, and it's all ages. They be trying to get the kids in and out.
But I'm just like, damn, is this why they put you on early when you said something to get out of jail? That's crazy. But
Oh yeah, I went to a show. I just remembered. I went to a show last Sunday. I went to see Jesus Piece.
true,
Oh,
yeah,
I was
that
gonna
shit looked
ask.
fly.
Yeah, and
That
what's
shit
the
looked fly
other
for
band?
real.
Yeah.
What's the other band?
San Francisco Bar. It's it's a death metal band.
Were they cool?
I didn't watch them.
Oh, true.
Because they played last, and I missed. I went to go see Jesus Piece.
Period.
Yeah.
I wanted to go so bad.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I would have went to that.
They
bitch, bro.
sold that bitch out though.
Did
That's an amazing thing.
My friend tour manages them, so my friend from Texas tour manages them, and
Sick.
like I'm friendly with them. You know what I mean? It's like from them playing a bunch of shows here. Just,
Damn, that's so awesome.
So
very cool.
What a hard band. They so hard.
They really
so
are
cool.
extremely hard. Oh
It's
my
just
gosh.
like- it's
if
like-
y'all haven't listened to Jesus Piece, check them out.
Yeah, yo, they just like punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Heavy hardcore. I love
So-
it.
No, the homie Aaron that sings for them, he was on mushrooms during their set.
Yo.
And we were talking about it after the show, and he was like, had like a moment where he was like saying what's up to the crowd, and he was like, I just love y'all so much, man. This really means a lot to me.
That nigga house big as hell, probably.
He was like, I was on mushrooms feeling like kind of emotional up there.
I love that.
I'm like, dog, you're playing these hard ass songs. you know?
Yeah, in your feels.
In your feelings.
I love that.
It was
That's
cool.
awesome.
Shout out
I'm
to
glad that
them.
you got to see that, man.
And it was my first time getting to see them, because anytime they come here, I just hang out with them after the show or whatever.
for sure.
It was cool to like see friends that you never get to see. It's not even
Hell
any
yeah.
like name dropping shit. you know?
Yeah,
You gotta have
absolutely.
friends from other parts of the country. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
dude, it's
That
a
have the same
community,
interests in
man.
you.
Yeah, it's a community.
Hell
for
yeah.
real.
That
Be a
kinda-
meetup spot
Yeah.
for real.
That kind of bring me back to what I was going to say about Gunna. Was that like I come up through hardcore and shit. So like it's not a huge music industry. It's not huge marketing and shit behind it. So the people that you got is the people that you got that
Yeah.
fuck with you type shit.
Yeah.
And like I was at the Gunna show, and it was like it was pretty packed in that bitch. The whole Aragon was pretty much packed in that bitch.
It had to have been, because I thought Gunna was bigger than
That's what I'm
Aragon.
saying. But like after the whole thing, because that's what I was thinking. Like Gunna
yeah.
would probably be doing stadiums with Thug if they was free.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah, that
I
sounds
feel
so
like Gunna
sad.
was actually like living his truth on stage and shit. The nigga had a little cropped black like lace jacket on with angel with devil wings from the back with black lace pants on. I'm like, this nigga really living his truth. I'm like, I would rather just do this and have the people that actually fuck with my music and fuck with my artwork come out for me than just to do stadiums and shit and pretend to be somebody that I'm not.
Yeah. I respect that too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of glad he got put in that situation so you could do what you want to do instead of trying to be hard, trying to be
I
slime.
hate to like be this guy, and maybe people just say that because it's like free Jeffrey. Listen, it's free Jeffrey all day.
I mean, he was
Wait,
on Freak Jeffrey
Hear
Town.
me out there.
My
Hear
bad.
me out. No, it's all good. Hear me out though. Like, like I hate to look at it like that because I like love all the free expression, especially from like black men in the industry. Don't y'all see it as like almost starting to be like a lane?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
it definitely has been a
Like,
lane.
but wait, but like you know, like okay, he makes that kind of music, right? Like you don't okay if Lil Baby was still because like you know they've said he's fallen off and shit like that. If he was still kind of up there like that, if I'm talking about all these like little Atlanta rappers, you see what they're like kind of doing, right? Like. They're like doing all of the what you just said, like a Gunner ass outfit. Like that's what all of these like Atlanta rappers are kind of like going into like that. Like so it's starting to become like a fad. Like I don't see like what
I mean-
because respectfully, I never saw Gunna as like that. I saw him like kind of dressing and I was like, oh yeah, cool. And like I saw it in a certain kind of way for him to
Yeah.
like flip it and now he's wearing like lace pants. Respectfully, like go crazy, right?
Yeah.
But like I like still see it as like people are like the way they're like looking at like Uzi and not going so much that way, but like looking at fucking Playboy Cardi. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the way that they're like portraying now, it's starting to seem like everyone's like falling in line to like kind of do that thing because their music lays in that like Atlanta like sound because Gunna's music never was like, you know, like I don't know how to say like, oh, I'm happy to see him like doing this thing because I like never saw, even if past the Thug shit, even if I liked his music too and like just took it as that. I didn't take him as like Jeff because like Jeffrey was really on that shit. Like this nigga been like really being like on that shit. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
you dressed as him for fucking Halloween, think about what you wore. Like to like dress as Thug. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been wearing that shit. Like Gunna wasn't like doing like that. So like if he's doing it right now, like I don't see him
I
like
feel-
like he's being his
But
honest and true self. I
feel-
just feel like this is like what stylists are like maybe from the outside, maybe making them do that.
I don't think that with Gunna though, because like I remember like 4-5 years ago, Gunna was dressing crazy for. I remember like being like years ago on the pod with Kurt, and I was like, I think that Gunna might have like a fashion book on his coffee table.
Yeah, you did say that shit. You did say that shit. And like on this side, I respect the expression, but I fucking hate the way he dresses.
I don't necessarily like it. I don't necessarily like it.
I don't mean to just shit on it, but
like,
these aren't hard fits to me.
Yeah, but like I
always respect it, but they're not hard.
Yeah,
fits.
I respect it, but it's not hard fits.
But see, again, so even if you're
don't get me to say it's not hard.
So even if you're looking at it like that, like you can understand fashion. However, when you start like writing those like like those lines of like what is like you're pushing the limits with shit like. That's like giving like a style, like a lot of these stylists, because I feel like a lot of them are doing this with a lot of these rappers right now, putting them in that like kind of like loose shoulder, kind of like just trying to like bring that out. So like him wearing like lace pants, like it's just not giving like him.
Yes,
it's giving like it's style.
I didn't even think about it like that. That's such a great point.
I get what you're saying, but like I just don't think that with specifically Gunna. But yes, it is niggas that be on that. Go ahead.
Never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, pull that up.
Oh yeah, I'm about to pull up what he had. I would if he got it on his IG.
Yeah, it's probably I don't want to, and again, it sucks because like it feels like a form of hating. But when I see so many people that I want to like, because I just rock with it. But then when I see people who just like, and again, it feels kind of like gatekeepy, like why can't like even if they're younger than me, why can't I just let them also be this black man that wants to express themselves in this way? But now it's starting to seem like because there's like stylists behind these people, so it's like you think they have a fashion thing, like they can say yay or nay, but like how much do you hold to like the artist when they have a stylist and you definitely know that, you know?
Well, the thing is that like I think that you should be able to do that. I think that you should be able to like pick up a person. Like if I get on, Nate gonna be my stylist 100%. I think you should pick somebody that you respect to like be your stylist. And
but I feel like sometimes a team will probably give you a stylist. Like I don't think that these niggas are like, oh, I'm gonna shop around and get a stylist.
So exactly, they're assigning you a stylist.
Yes,
and it's like,
and they're like, hello.
So the style, that's what I'm saying. It's
but
like
some
the
shit
stylist
is
like, like the stylist is like, is just doing what they do and like using you as a subject. Of course, that's what they do. I've kind of wanted to be a stylist before, but I definitely don't believe these like these guys. You know what I mean? They're not doing this from the heart.
Yeah, like, they can say yay or nay.
Honestly, it's just like I get dressed from the heart. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to respect it. So that's a great fucking point, B.
I can honestly say, with specifically Gunna, the way he was on stage and like the emotion that he was actually putting out, and like I was like, damn, like this nigga really trying to be an artist for real. He was never trying, because I always knew like Gunna's not no street nigga. Gunna's not hard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I never thought that Gunna was. That's why when he was in jail, I was like, I know what he told us. He's not a street nigga. He's just a nigga that like.
Well,
to make
you
music.
also don't have to be like this extreme, like like but you know what I'm saying? Like I don't see him as this respectfully.
I feel like that's what Gunna is.
He's not Prince, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's not level.
But
like,
I feel like he want to be a nigga like that.
Yes, a lot of them do though, and that's why everyone can.
But why can't I be what I want to be?
You can.
I feel that. But if you're talking about where it's coming from, like I don't know if it's that deep anymore. Like, because respect, like one time Nate had said about somebody like, oh, the Prince of our. Oh yeah, we were talking about Uzi.
Yeah.
Like the Prince of our generation. Like yeah, I feel like niggas just wanna. It doesn't mean that is a part of their craft, and that is okay. However, I feel like society is making them kind of feel like they have to kind of choose. Like you have to be like one dramatic or the next.
Yeah,
like you have to be like such a hood nigga, or you have to be like this androgynous nigga and like make your shit be like heartfelt and make it all make sense. Like as this nigga from the trenches, and like I wear all these clothes as like a defining thing for like how I feel. Like this is because it's not giving expression like that. Like I understand that they would just give it to you like that, but like I know you know better. Like it's not that deep.
But like even I don't
think that their music is
even if I think it's corny, and it's coming from a lounge place, like who am I to say that place that they coming from is lounge? It was just like when we were talking about Uzi, and I was like, this nigga Mayo love Freddie Mercury all his life and did.
No, for sure.
But then you see 15 niggas in lace, and then like you're just what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm talking about. But that's what I'm talking about. That
like they all felt it. Thank goodness. Because I want to be like that.
But that's why I said corny, because when I see 15 niggas in lace, I think it's corny.
But it shouldn't be corny off of what you just said.
But
shouldn't you just let them
we're speaking of it as, style enthusiasts, not like be who you are. Have a stylist.
Yes.
Because
at the end of the day,
a lot of people not cool like me and you and you. A lot of people not cool for like us for real. So like I still want you to like, you may see inspiration in something that I think is lounge, but I still want you to have the space to be able to explore that and shit. And another thing about Gunna's performance that made me think that is he had a lot in his like show production for real, like.
Yeah, no, for sure. Respect to him and everything he's doing.
Because I was telling the homie,
the fits aren't hard. That's
no, the fits they not hard. They definitely funny. I'm gonna laugh. It's definitely funny. Hey, look, y'all. I
salute you.
I salute.
I'm not going.
Listen, I salute all y'all funny ass niggas that wear all these funny ass fucking clothes. My homie be wearing funny ass fucking clothes. And like,
wow, tell us how you really feel.
That's the name of this episode. Funny ass clothes.
Funny ass clothes.
Shout out to my boy Composure Squad. Shout out to my boy Demi Yoko. Shout out to my boy the GTW. Shout out to But look, y'all wear that shit, I'm going to laugh.
Wow. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of funny ass clothes, let's talk about the Met Gala.
Oh, man. Yeah. Did you guys, respectfully, I looked at it way in the after the fact. I just wanted to talk about it for it.
I want to talk about fucking around with Jimmy motherfucking ass and fucking Drake and Kendrick. I done fucked around and missed the Met Gala, man.
I mean, your priorities are fucked up. Anyway, so
I didn't watch it. I never do.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I always watch it, but me and Jimmy was
arguing.
What is it
even?
I watched the red carpet.
Watch these people take pictures of the red carpet. Are you 16? Like,
that's what I like. I like to watch the red carpet.
I would just like to watch the pictures.
I just like the pictures. I think ASAP Rocky and Rihanna look fucking good. They kill it.
They do kill it. I love the hand holding and
so
stuff.
What was the theme this year? You know what the theme was?
Yeah, I looked it up too, especially for this. But it's like, okay, I also wanted to ask you this because we're talking about stylists, and I wanted to ask you this too, Nate, because I know that you wanted to be a stylist at a point. Because I'm trying to figure out how to bring because these people get their picture taken every year. And it's like, this celebrity, blah, blah, blah. We're like, oh my God. But it's just like, that celebrity, like, what do they even know what the fuck they're wearing? Like, they literally have a team. A bitch woke up because their life is literally set up like this. Bitch woke up, got their makeup done, and went to the spot, and they did a fitting. Like, bitches weren't like, and maybe they did, yes, this, but like, they don't really know the background of this shit,
but
bro.
Look, you gotta look at it like this, B. Like a stylist, a motherfucker coming up that's a stylist, they need canvases to work on for real. You know what I'm saying?
But do the stylists get credit or do the celebrities? No, I feel like the celebrities.
No, the celebrity gonna get credit for picking the style. But like motherfuckers be like, so and so styled this person for the guy. So and so styled this person for this show. So and so styled this person. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's different. Like with women and men. I know it shouldn't be, but I feel like with women it comes off very genuine because it's like a glam team, and all of that. With guys, I mean, I probably shouldn't feel this way, but it's just like, I don't believe you. I don't like.
That's because we part of that group.
Exactly.
That's hate.
Yeah, I'm hating.
That's because we part of that group. When I see niggas do something, look at this nigga.
So the theme was Sleeping Beauties, Reawakening Fashion. And they said the Garden of Time. And I read a lot of headlines while I was trying to look at the pictures. It said like a lot of people missing the mark, but looking great. So it's just like, when it comes to things like that, it's just like, I'm trying to really just, and not be like so grandiose, like, because these are just like celebrities, dude. Like, these, like they just go and they like go to the glam team and they like put on the shit. And it's just like, how do you pick and choose who's best dressed? And
you gotta
when they wear something crazy, the celebrity, like their picture goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
The stylist gets literally lost in translation.
100%.
Does it not?
Yeah, 100%.
So how is it
100%.
not always about the celebrity and they think that Doja Cat came like that off of her?
People genuinely
Like
think
somebody wasn't behind her
Yeah.
telling her to do this, and she was like, "Yeah," because the internet will go crazy. And respect it. Maybe it wasn't even that, but like there was somebody behind her. Like these things, they're not. They have a whole team. They're not even built to go to the Met Gala without a whole glam team like that.
The stylist gets definitely lost in it.
Yeah.
100%.
And it becomes the celebrity wearing this in 2022
I feel like
instead of the stylist.
I feel like the stylists and the designers get lost on the internet, but when I be watching it on E,
like how do you even watch it? You have regular cable? Like what?
You watch it on E, you watch it on Vogue, they gonna tell you.
You said E with the exclamation point.
E.
You know how the logo looks?
But they do be telling you for real, yo.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And then on top of that,
I'm just hating.
And then on top of that, everybody got a team, but like you should be picking your team for your image. Like
sometimes they're not.
I mean, sometimes they're not. But look, G, if we start popping, if I get on my raps and I get a #1 song, you gonna be my stylist. You finna be my assistant. Jimmy's my media man. Evan's my showman, my tour manager. You know what I'm saying?
But wait, it's like a situation like, maybe like even that's like a thing that you can check off, right? If you're talking about somebody like even Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, like they have so many things going on, right? So like they're not sitting here. They weren't sitting here planning maybe at some time in the back, like a while ago planning for the Met Gala, but like they have so much shit going on. When they get like when they take their flight to go to New York to like do this shit, they're literally like with like the team and all like get thrown in the mix and like go into the shit.
And because that shit is like a job. It's like the same way like I work at where I work at. Like I don't get credited for every fucking video that I edit and shit. But at the same time, like that's my job and I know the brand guidelines and I follow the brand guidelines with everything that I do. And when I get good at doing it, be like, oh yeah, he really understand the brand, promote him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way. It's just like a motherfucker get a job as A$AP Rocky and them style. I'm sure they didn't have the same stylists probably forever.
I mean, I'm sure they picked theirs though. That's like definitely two people that I believe for sure. I feel like I actually heard Rocky talk about it that like because he used to like write in his raps, never have a fucking stylist, all that shit, and I think he has one.
Yeah,
he
definitely has one. Definitely got one.
There's a difference between stylists. There's stylists that just use you as a canvas and you just wear what they tell you to wear. There's also the form of a stylist where they're basically just getting the shit for you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. So you don't have to go into a shop. You know,
sure.
And it'd be a nigga that be like, I know, like if you was my stylist, you'd be like, I know what Perry like to wear.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'm picking out, and I might come with
from the spot.
You know what I'm saying. And I'm gonna come and I'm be like, all right, this is what I pull for you. Which one you like out of this?
Yeah. I think that's the real beauty of being a stylist. That's that's the form of a stylist that I fucking love.
But when you talk about Met Gala, and correct, because I want to hear it from you, especially because maybe, and I feel like we talked about this last year when we talked about the Met Gala, because I'm trying to even get my mind wrapped around it. And I think I even ran back the same thing about the stylist thing. So like if you're talking about the Met Gala where it's so about like, and maybe it's not so avant-garde and like all of this, but it's so much about what kind of look you're giving for like what the theme is. How do you not like almost get bummed out like that the stylist is losing like in a moment like that? Because I get it when you're talking about like pulling pieces when you're like stepping out so people can take a picture. For something so specific to like the Met Gala, like how does the stylist lose any, you know what I'm saying? Because the celebrity wears that piece now and it feels so like almost ingenuine because somebody picked that out for them.
Well, the thing is, it's not genuine. You feel me? Yeah. But it is the positive things about it is the stylist gets to help showcase these designers' art. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they might put like this crazy dress on Dua Lipa or something. Yeah. And she probably doesn't have that fashion sense, but she's a perfect canvas for it, like Perry said. I honestly think both of us are right in what we think.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There is disingenuity, and there's also like, you know, the showcase of art.
For sure.
Because you got
So, yeah, it's tough to say. You know what I mean? And I think with the Met Gala, I think I'm looking less at that shit with the Met Gala. I'm looking more at how genuine it is when it's like Gunna. You know?
Okay, so
you feel me?
for
the
you,
Met Gala, it's like salute. You know, get a fucking stylist, get a glam team, take fucking 5 hours to get ready for this.
For you even saying
that's what this is for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
For you even saying the Dua Lipa comment, because yes, when I was scrolling through and seeing what they were wearing, yes, I understand it in that way where you're talking about stylists trying to use these people as a perfect canvas to display vintage fashion.
Yeah.
However, so because like Dua Lipa was in like some vintage whatever, like I can't even remember what it was, but it was some vintage whatever, and it's probably like, you know, amazing, and like her silhouette was like perfect for it and stuff.
She's a pretty skinny ass woman.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
but when you step away from just it being like vintage, like displaying these pieces that obviously don't get displayed like that, and it's able to showcase them in that way. When you step away from that, you try to go towards more of the avant-garde and the people, the celebrities we've even seen wear something that even looks like outside of their comfort level, which is giving more of like an artistic thing that you're like, I didn't know you had it in them. But like, it sucks that people just look at it like, I didn't know you had it in you. Yeah. Instead of like, oh, there's like a stylist behind you.
People just need to know that.
This whole.
Well, here, let me put it like this. Like, Dua Lipa is not a person. Dua Lipa is a brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like a stylist, a good stylist will go in and say, I don't know what she wore, but say she was like, I'm trying to do some shit like this. We have a meeting, like, what you trying to do for the Met Gala? Oh, I'm trying to do some shit like this, woo, woo, woo. Then that stylist will go and like do they magic for real and come up with some insane shit like that. But like the fact that like that person can capture the image that Dua Lipa like put forth, that make them a good stylist. So then they put that in their portfolio. So now they heard, oh, so and so real good. So what stylist I'm finna get?
And I get
because it's
that
like a brand. Because it's like a brand. It's not like an individual person.
Yeah.
So
I get that. I'm talking about the more avant-garde kind of styles,
like that's
where
why
they're really pushing the shit. Like what Dua Lipa wore was very safe. Like it's not.
All right, but let's say like Doja Cat. So say like Doja, like it's literally like a job opening. You know what I'm saying? And like a motherfucker is like Doja. You know she gonna want to do something crazy. That's in her brand. Crazy shit is in her brand for real. So like you might come through with your presentation. Like I want to do this because it inspired by this, and it pulls from this, and it pulls from this, and Doja Cat, like, I don't fuck with that. What's the next nigga talking? Next nigga come through, I'm trying to do this. I think this will work for your brand, blah, blah, blah. I like that shit. Make me wet.
Whoa.
Did you see her outfit?
No.
She was wet.
All right.
Doja Cat.
I didn't see her.
She just had a dress on, but she was like soaking wet.
I thought I looked at everything, and I did not see it at all. I saw Shorty with her dress was, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, looks like Shorty, her dress was made out of sand, and it was giving sand. Like that's like a whole concept.
That was Jimmy's artist that he loved. Tyler,
Tyler was going crazy.
But that's like, but that's like sick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so conceptual. Like you know what I'm saying? Instead of in respect to putting somebody in something vintage that you see where it works, when they do something like that where it's almost an installment, like it's art.
Like look, Doja Cat was wet.
Stop saying that.
That's literally. I actually don't really fuck with that. That's actually so easy. What like a wet T-shirt contest? So because when you said that, I thought it was gonna be like. Because I think
her makeup was like running and shit.
But I thought it was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be like, you know, like she used like, you know, ice like.
No, I was literally I was talking truth. Like she was wet. That was trying to make a joke of that.
Tall tee. She was wet with a tall tee. She had a tall white tee on that was like, soaking wet. The fuck?
But like the thing is, like, so does she have her team follow her around and like re-splash water?
Right? Yeah, because she's gonna get dry. Yeah.
In order to pull this look off, we gonna need.
I'm sure that's on all of her B-reels. I'm sure that's on all of her B-reels. Like people's same question.
Just walking around the corner, splash.
But again, for Shorty with the dress made out of sand, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's a concept. Like that's way different than like.
But she from Africa.
But wait, again, the stylist, again, because people see they see these looks and they just look at the person instead of a team that's behind them that came up that concept.
But the person is the brand. The person is the company. Like motherfucker work for fucking Tyler LLC. But if you're
talking about art, like the person who made that sand dress, like I still don't know.
So that person puts that in their portfolio and was like, I style so and so for this.
But if you're talking about the Met Gala, I just wish that I wish that there was a way
like
that they could push the stylist.
That's a super flex. Like in my portfolio, I come in through like a style job and I'm like, I style Tyler at the Met Gala.
If you're doing go-sees and stuff like that, like
that's what they do. That's their life.
For sure. I just want, especially in these moments, instead of like the celebrities being glorified, because you'll just recognize, oh, that's Rihanna. But if she's wearing something crazy, you'll be like, damn, that's so fucking crazy and wild and looks so amazing on her. I want people to have a real quick way to look at who styled her to help her get to that instead of people just landing on that was a celebrity that wore this, almost like they dress themselves, because that's like not realistic. I mean, but like, especially at the Met Gala.
And like it's the same thing on tour. When we're talking about Gunna outfit, like Gunna like probably went through tour stylists and like costumists and been like, who work do I like? I'm gonna go with him for real.
Again, conceptual
because it goes with my image that I had. Because like instead of thinking about the little individual, think about everything pulled together. Like your image is encompassing in the nigga that did your backdrop, the nigga that did the wardrobe, the nigga that did the light, and like all that's got to come together to make my ultimate grand image. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And like yeah, and like I said, you gotta watch it on E. They'll break it down for you.
Yeah, true.
That's so insane.
Big style talk. I fucking love it.
Yeah, period. Hell yeah.
I come alive when the style.
Yeah, period. I be wanting to hear what you gotta say, bro. Put me on, dog. Make it all make sense.
Ooh, and while we're here real quick, let me just say our birthday party is May 26th at the California Clipper.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all pull up if y'all were here last year.
Come get clipped.
Yeah, we're gonna do another big one.
And yes, it's really all of our birthdays for real. I know last year was Bailey's party because it happened on her birthday. But it's actually all of our birthdays this month.
So we got to do some merch.
Yeah.
It's got to be a picture of us looking like the Pep Boys logo or something.
I'm fucking dead. I would love that. Look, we're already in May. What a beautiful idea. Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
I'll draw it up.
It's a free show, y'all. It's definitely free for everybody. Pull up. Everybody off the next day. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, sir.
Let's turn up. We got my boy Swan performing. We got Show You Suck. We got Convertible Ashley and your boy Saint Icky. And you know my boy DJ Sound Architect spinning for the rest of the night. So it's going to be a good time.
Hell yeah.
All face valuables in the building.
Love it.
We love it, man. We're really excited. Please come out and celebrate all of our birthdays at one time.
If you even care.
Y'all do it.
You better fucking care.
So yeah, let's get into a beef update. I ain't finna go through and talk about what happened. Everybody already know what happened.
What's up with the copyright?
But yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to bring up that I think is getting overlooked, or like how this beef has actually affected people. Is that like Kendrick, when he dropped Not Like Us and shit, he actually like took the copyright infringement shit off of the song so like people could share it and like get money. Because normally when you use a song like that in your content, you can't monetize that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope, but I think that like more people's gonna do that because look, it's like a strategy to like get your shit shared more.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And like I don't think people ever really looked at it like that for real. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they have, but usually when people share in that kind of way, if you're talking about like social media shares and people allowing to do that, you do have to have a certain amount of money to allow something to like go out like that, where you're almost like leaking it almost. You know what I'm saying? Because like niggas who are trying to be on the come up, like they would never, because they need to just like make sure that they kind of keep some money at home. But like if you're talking about somebody like Kendrick Lamar, like what he has money, like he's not gonna take an L by like like releasing the copyright on this, it's only going to help him. Just like you said, it's a strategy. Like he can take a L. Like you got to spend money to make money. He could have made money if he kept the infringement, but like the exposure that the music and how far it'll travel will go further for less of a dollar, but like the exposure will mean so much more.
Yeah,
more people will hear it and will further make him victorious.
That part, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, G, because they'll pull your shit down quick as hell, boy. If you put a song in your shit,
we can't do shit on this podcast.
Oh, my God.
Jimmy has to cut the song in the beginning every time for real.
Yeah, man. And I even trying to do like my little when Perry told me all the things I could do with my Instagram story, I remember it was like some years ago. I've been going dumb, stupid, crazy ever since. Like I'm talking about like laying in the song and then continuing it on in the next one and stuff like that. But, like, my shit like after like a few hours it'll get like cut in certain parts. Like it'll be like error, like it'll turn red and like it'll be black for people. I'm like, damn, got my ass.
So what's the AI shit all about, P?
Oh, I also want to talk about like things that are taken away from this beef after it's all over.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
That Drake AI shit, like that was like, I know people didn't like that he used Tupac voice, but
what's the Drake AI shit for people who don't know?
Oh shit! So one of the songs that Drake dropped, he did like the AI voices, like he did the Tupac voice and the Snoop voice.
So is that him putting an AI thing on like his mic?
Yeah.
And he's like rapping and it's making him sound like Tupac?
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. What the fuck?
I said, Kendrick, we need you.
My mind is actually so blown.
Yeah.
But like it's one of the more creative ways I've seen AI used in music. I
didn't know you could do it like that. Yeah, I thought you wrote I thought you typed in say it in a Tupac voice.
That's one way.
You can do it that way.
That's one way. Another way is that you could rap it in your voice and then run it through the shit.
Oh my fucking God.
And it turns it into like whoever you wanted to turn it into.
Listen, I wish that they just made this toys for people, like toys. Like, you know, instead of people using it for harm. Because remember Jimmy, and I've had this conversation with Jimmy off camera, but like, if you guys go back a few episodes when I was looking at everyone like about this AI shit, like why is everyone so up in ours? And Jimmy was like, listen, Bailey, like it's gonna be like this. Like things that you said right now, they can like copy your voice right now and then they can make you say some other shit. And now I'm literally seeing it like unfold before my very eyes, like very quickly.
Yeah, it's happening so fast, yo. Like Photoshop just dropped they new like AI model. They knew better beta and that shit. It was already crazy last year when they dropped it, but now you can give it a reference image and be like, make some shit that look like this. Pretty crazy. That's for real. So insane. And but they got it in video too. The AI, the Adobe Firefly shit. You seen that shit, Jimmy?
No.
You can like take your video and like do it now, because before you used to have to generate it in Photoshop and then bring it into Premiere and like it couldn't move. It had to be static.
Yeah, I'm about to put up a picture of me looking like Tyson Beckford.
Yeah. No, dead ass, because like anything's possible, obviously.
About to have abs, baby.
It's crazy though, because like you're talking about, we could put on a thing right now, and we could be I could put my mic like Tupac. And you could put your mic like Biggie.
Yeah.
And like they could put his mic like
it doesn't work very well in real time.
I didn't want to say anybody wow. Like,
I was trying to think
it's
of
not
somebody.
happening in real time though. It's like a post.
Yeah, you got a doctorate.
Right. Okay, cool. That's the same thing. Yeah. Nate's over here like Big L. Okay, so it's an after, like I can't put it
like
where I would sound like
processing it and then like shifting it.
That's so
like
crazy.
even when you do it, you gotta like let it run for like 15 minutes.
So what is he getting sued for using the AI shit?
No, I mean he definitely got a cease and desist.
The family threatened to.
Yeah, they definitely got a cease and desist. It made him take it down. But
so legally, can they do that? Because isn't it an artificial kind of sounding of Tupac? Like there's probably if you listen to like a voice person, they would be like, there's two octaves off.
This is what the whole. This is what the whole that whole.
It does sound weird too.
That's what the whole like SAG strike and shit was about for real. When they were talking about that shit.
Yeah.
Using their likenesses and shit like that. That's what that whole thing was about. While we didn't have TV. While we didn't have TV for a minute. Yeah. But like the bigger thing I was saying about it is just like that shit is creative as hell. Like how you could work it into your own workflow. Like, obviously, it was AI. He wasn't trying to make people think that was really Tupac saying this shit.
Yeah.
But, like, it worked into a storyline that he had built up for real. And, like, start thinking about, like, the creative ways that you could use AI into your own work. Because it's
that's
definitely
that's how I looked at AI, though. That's why I was like, why is at the beginning, when we first were talking about this AI shit, that's how I was looking at it, because one of my friends has used that, like, in their art, and it's become, like, this amazing thing, and it only just like enhance their art already. And I was just like, I don't know how to see it as such like I know it could, I guess if I was in this graphic design world, it could take jobs away from me. But I'm like, if you talk about it elevated, like it's like makeup, like if it enhances like a thing, like is it so bad? But if people are able to like, you know, be up in arms about like, oh yeah, it sounds like Tupac, like you better.
Yeah.
So is it harmless? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
that's what Jimmy was talking about when we were first talking about it. Like it's inevitable. Like all of the petty jobs that like motherfuckers have, like it's going to like get rid of that. But you got to learn how to use it to make your shit better for real. Right. To elevate you as an artist type shit.
Because if you already have it there, it's just like makeup on top.
Because like think about that. Think about that. I'm finna make a diss song and I'm finna make Tupac talking to this nigga, but I'm finna use Tupac actual voice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start thinking about shit like that for real.
Yeah.
That's
and the other guy didn't think of that.
Oh, he did Snoop as well. Too.
Well, it's like back to like my original point on the AI. It's like people are intimidated by AI because it removes the need of like. You don't need to be necessarily the best computer programmer to come up with the best idea for the best computer program. Because the AI removes the issue of... The AI knows how to build the skeleton. So if I have the best idea, I can create the best product.
Yeah, that's what it's about, the
like,
ideas for real.
Not to say that the skills are no longer valuable. The skills will always be valuable. You still have to know how to know what you're even asking for to conceptualize.
Exactly. That's been my biggest misconception of AI, honestly, because I've never used it for anything. I haven't had to.
You have to know what to ask for.
Yeah.
I can't just say, give me a script to make a block bigger when I do this.
Yeah.
I have to know, like, I want to do this with JavaScript. I want to do it to this element. I have to know structurally what I'm trying to accomplish to be able to tell the AI what I need it to do, because you have to be fucking specific.
Yeah. Okay. Because that actually changes my perception on it. Because I honestly thought. I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but that was my misconception of it. That like, excuse me.
So
is that creativity is out of the window?
I think a lot of people feel that way and are intimidated by it when it's actually, for people like Perry and I, it's almost the fucking opposite. Like to me, I think as a creative, if you're intimidated by AI, I think that you're maybe not qualified for the next wave of what happened. I mean, it's different for painters. I'm gonna remove painters from that statement.
Okay, there it is. That's exactly why I don't fuck with it, because I'm thinking of it like that.
Because you can't replicate the nuance of humanity.
Okay. Yeah. On my soul. Oh my God.
But to that point, the way that people like Perry and I are using it is like, look, I'm a graphic designer and social media marketing world situation the same as Perry. So it's like, we used to rely on image repositories like Getty Images and Pexels, which is like free.
Okay,
and Unsplash. So it's like if I want a picture of like people in a living room watching the TV and I want like popcorn flying in the air, I used to have to source all of those assets.
And is it basically like you're like, freaking like a stock photo?
The image that I need, and then I take that base and then I turn it into what I need to.
Okay.
So it's like I'm removing the stock image process of it by specifically generating exactly what I fucking need.
Because the stock image is washed, basically, right?
Yeah, so it's like all the rudimentary time of building the framework of like a little thing that I need to be in an image is out of the fucking window.
Yeah, cause
I don't have to do it anymore.
Okay.
Look at it like this, like
weird. Good to know. I didn't know that.
In my job, like I use a lot of stock photography, and like it's a lot of times that I need an image that's gonna be long, that's gonna take up the whole span of the page. And I'm like, this image would be perfect, but it's vertical. You know what I'm saying? Now, before I used to have to like copy like like content aware feel and like clone brush shit in to try to make it like fit where I need to. Now I just highlight that bitch, generate. It'll give me 5 different things that like fit perfectly for real.
Wow.
I would say at this point I use some sort of generative fill in Photoshop on probably 70% of projects.
Yeah,
And it's not compromising your art, right? It's not like...
It's like I needed 100 more pixels of sky.
Oh,
You know, it's
okay.
I'm or like the client's like, hey, I don't like how my shirt looks wrinkled.
Yeah, and exactly. Like motherfucker be like, I be editing a lot of headshots and shit.
Yeah.
And people will be like, can you remove I have bags under my eyes and shit. Can you take
issues.
it? Before I used to have to like clone brush samples it from another part and like dot it in. Now I can just highlight it and then just be like, remove darkness. So they're like,
If anyone needs their dark circles removed for their pictures, I got you.
or like motherfucker, or just like Jimmy said, a motherfucker like they'll have a shirt on. They were like, I want to use this for my headshot, and they'll have a shirt on with a big ass logo, like a big ass Adidas logo on it or some shit. And then I'll be like, damn, I gotta take that shit out. But like before, I used to have to like take an hour going in and like painting over it and shit. Now I just highlight that bitch. So, and I'll be like,
if you're taking headshots with a big ass Adidas logo on your shirt, you don't need to be taking headshots.
Motherfuckers will give the headshot and it just be like,
are they sponsoring you?
It'll be like a selfie.
Like,
And
I
they be
love
like,
that
I'm using
shirt.
this is my headshot.
Okay.
You know
And
what
I gotta
think
doctor
it is,
it to make it
bro?
look real.
I think a big thing of what people are intimidated by too, a lot of these designers, is that like while people like Perry and myself have spent, I've spent, 15 fucking years fucking around in Photoshop to be able to do things at the speed that I'm able to do them in a day.
Yeah. Respect.
So I think a lot of people wanted to gatekeep and keep a certain impression of like how hard some of the things that we do are.
Yes, indeed.
And AI is going to bridge a lot of those gaps, so people are like, oh, fuck, like I can't charge somebody $300 for a poster that they know takes me 30 seconds to make.
Yes, that's how I feel artistically if you're talking about painting-wise. Because, but just like you said, like, I can't remember exactly how you said it, but like
of like humanity,
exactly, like because like my paint stroke, even if I wanted it to be like this, naturally it's gonna be like this, and I'm gonna like leave that one line like that.
Yeah.
To think of a computer doing something like that, and I know that like Photoshop and like
emulate,
Perry has shown me like what's it called, Fresco, like it seeing like me actually, because again, like my whole thing, if you read my bio on my website, it's about organic lines and staying away from the digital, but I almost have to change it just off of what you said. Like this is coming from my dad off of just being like, just do it with your hands, like don't trace this shit, don't like use these like technical things, because if it all broke, like would you still be able to do the thing? And like not like leaning on crutches, like tracing and doing things like that, just like knowing that you can do it and just fucking doing it and like adjusting it. To see like the things like Fresco make paint lines or like pen lines, like my hand.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Like when you first start and you put it down on the paper, the way it makes that line, like if I did it on paper, is kind of alarming.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that's like an organic thing that I've always loved. Like the parts in my art that I didn't I didn't get very specific with, and it just laid there as an organic line. Like the fact that they have been able to emulate that. So how is my art special now? Because if all of the little nuances about my art made my shit like unique, somebody can like do that with their finger in way less time and like probably sell it because it will look perfect because they can like move those brush strokes.
Man, you still gotta do it though.
But it'll take half the time.
I think that
you still gotta do it.
We as
Still
artists
you.
build too many boxes around ourselves.
Yeah,
and tell
100%,
ourselves,
yo.
It's not real art if I do this.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Painters are like, it's not real art if I do digital. Guitarists are like, it's not real art if I use a sample on this track.
Right.
Producers are like, it's not real art if I didn't like, create this drum pattern. We make all of these fucking reasons why it's not art, but at the end of the day, it's the distillation of a fucking emotion put into some sort of transferable media that you as the viewer look at and you fucking receive it.
It be me
the
worried.
transmission is the same.
It'd be me worried about the wrong shit.
Exactly.
I'll be
So
worried
it's
about
like,
the wrong shit.
I think like with the understanding that it will be different, like back to the human nuance conversation, it's like the way that your brushstroke on a canvas is, the nuance of that is going to be relative to like, you know, when you do it on the tablet screen, the screen was like slick, so you like slipped in that spot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's still nuance. The nuance itself is just different.
Yeah.
So
The
it's like-
textures, though. I guess it's very
But there's
scary
there's
to
also
see the
like
textures.
paper. They make
Yeah.
paper textures.
I feel like the texture is
screens.
everything with a painting.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying?
gosh.
They
And
make
you
paper
can make it
canvas
on.
textured screens for the tablets now and shit. So like,
Yeah,
when you
that
use the
shit
Apple
is-
Pencil, it feels like paper.
But respect to what you guys were saying about bridging that gap of, because for real, when I tried to step away from being like, oh yeah, I just have to do it with my hands, I saw how it was going because I saw Perry like literally graduate and he was in the field, and I know he understands the art like in the way my mind thinks, but now he has the skill to do it in this like digital world.
Yeah.
When I saw it, like, and when I was in college for a little bit, I took Illustrator and Photoshop.
Yeah.
But Perry's skill level on how quickly, like those shorthands, like watching him work when he was trying to tell me how to do stuff and the way he would do it so quick, because he'd be like, well, how would you do it? The way I would do it, like I could try to figure it out with like the
back in the day,
brushes that are
going through the menus.
yeah,
and
just
shit.
going through it. But like Perry just knew all the things.
Yeah,
so
I'd
like
be like G.
Yeah.
But at the
B,
same time, I feel
U,
like it's
R.
it's okay to be a purist too.
For
I,
sure.
I don't think you're like washed or behind the times if you're a purist. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that
it's your
anybody's-
self-expression.
Yeah.
Those brushstrokes make you feel a way. There's emotion in every single brushstroke.
Definitely.
Just because you can do it that way doesn't mean that you have to agree with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you do it. Your own workflow is your own workflow. Like motherfuckers got hella workflows for every different thing that they do.
Yeah.
And
type
I
shit.
think like the nature of progress and the future of like just the nature of progress itself is what makes the purist valuable. It's
Yeah.
like the system of checks and balances.
yeah,
you know?
indeed, yeah.
It's
for
like
sure.
the more that media gets pushed to almost being 100% digital, the more valuable the print shop doing everything on old machines becomes.
Yeah, for real.
It's just like it's
'Cause,
again,
like,
it's still an art form.
'cause, like,
And
the
when
really-
everybody was doing it. Sorry to cut you
Cause the really,
off.
oh, go ahead. I was just say to like, cause to really do it, you gotta really love that shit. If it's a nigga that's doing like slab printing fonts and shit like that, like you really love that shit,
That shit's
bro.
hard, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I expect that from you. If I see that you got that and you doing that shit, like I know that you
And
really
it's,
got
like,
a love for this
slow.
shit.
The pace of it is
Yeah,
so slow.
and it's not about the money. It's about like what you like type shit.
Yeah.
And like, look, honestly, I could really say like, as from a production standpoint, when I stepped back and like I stopped putting up so many walls, thinking that like I used to never use drum loops. I used to always play my drums because I felt like, well, you know what I'm saying. But when I stepped back and was just like, fuck it, bro, I'm gonna go on Splice and get this drum loop. I'm making the best beats I ever made, type shit.
Yeah, that growth, like just not being afraid to use just
Yeah.
like you've always said, Bear, like use the tools and
Yeah.
like
That they are
being
there.
so scared of like the organic, like
Yeah.
like mom and pop
Yeah.
makeshift ass way to
look,
make
but
things
the
just to
balance is-
keep things so organic.
Cause look, it's cause I picked out that drum beat. It's not like that drum beat just got on the beat. I picked it out for real. Cause I thought it sounded good. Like
Yeah, I think the balance is cool too. You feel me? Like, I feel like I think it's okay to not be so much one way. You know,
and not be
maybe. I mean, I'm not a producer, but I feel like personally, I would be like, sometimes I'm going to make my own drums. But then also not be scared
Yeah.
to like get a pack.
Cause
You know
like
what I'm saying?
that's what it is. Like I'll be sitting there and like I'll be like, let me just tap out some drums. And I'll do it and I'll be
Yeah.
like, it sound okay, it's good enough for me to keep on going, but then I'll go back and be like, these drums ain't hitting like I want to. Then I'll go and find some that like and then I'll even take it. I might take the drum loop and I might put a remix tool on there and chop it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
yeah.
Afterwards.
I compose 90% of the shit on an average beat. Like most of the time, I don't even use a sample or like chop a loop or like most of the time I either programmed those drums, played the piano part, stuff like that. So like back to the conversation of like how we box ourselves in and tell ourselves that we're not making art. It was weird for me to adjust to making a lot of hip hop because sometimes if the beat is driven by a sample, it feels like cheating to me.
Yeah,
Which
it
is
feel
why, like,
it
if you
feel like
listen
that.
to my beats and I use a sample, I always fuck it up and make it weird. So it's always either like super modulated or like reversed or like so far removed from what it originally was.
But if it
where I'll
sound
break it
good
up
though,
into pieces.
fuck it.
For sure.
But it goes to
And
that.
like, but some songs are literally like you throw the loop on and you'd be like, damn, this loop is slapping. And you just, some shit ends up being like damn near a loop and drums. And like that felt dirty for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time for me too, bro. For me too, like
So like I still try to not do that, but sometimes it's
it just
like
hit.
sometimes it's just like damn. But if we're being real and I'm like
And-
feeling it out and that's what hits, it's like, you know.
And I
You still
paid.
heard it,
And
and-
look, I paid money for these samples. They mine. Fuck is you talking about? I bought
I'd be
them.
pirating the fuck out of samples.
Yeah, for sure. Like, are you gonna die on this hill of like, oh, I like with like your like makeshift beat pad and
No, but
stuff,
you're not-
and like your makeshift microphone sitting and dying on the hill? Like, I made everything from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go with the punch, just like you guys said. Like, it felt dirty. Like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying. But that's real. Like, I respect
look-
you guys even sharing that.
'cause look, 'cause every-
I
Okay.
want it to be like uncomfortable for you guys because I'm trying to get into that realm too. Like, but you guys, especially like in the with what you guys do, yeah, you guys have had to face this like right away because like music was just going that way. So like you had no choice. But I appreciate you guys even sharing that it was uncomfortable because I'm just trying to get over again whatever it is that holds us back where we feel like we gotta.
Cause you
oh,
know,
I have to be the.
Cause you know why?
origins of this
Cause you
shit.
know why, G? Cause you know why? It's because like I have made beats with samples, bro. And then like I felt dirty about it. Like you said, like, damn, look, I ain't do nothing to the sample. And then I hear this song on the radio. I'm like, they use that same sample.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Will you die on this hill? The phrase "dying on that hill" is like everyone else is gonna be like taking apart. You would just sit and die on this hill. Like at least I knew.
Gee,
I did it with my own hands.
But that's some pride. That's some pride
Right.
shit.
You gotta start letting
Fuck
some of
that
that
shit.
go so you can grow.
Gee, I made a beat for Evan one night. We came over here and somebody was like, "It's a new Lil Nas X song. Put it on." I'm like, "Gee, that's the same sample I just used Evan beat." He ain't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why do I give a fuck for real, yo? I paid for that shit. It's mine.
To play devil's advocate though, off of I guess you're understanding it right now, Jimmy, right? Because you were scaring me about the AI thing when we first talked about it. So I guess I'm trying to go fast forward into like how strong will it become? Because I get how we can use it as a tool for people who are already creative. But like, what if it becomes like a whole thing where the bot is more creative than us? So like
but
now
that'll
there's
never
no
happen.
longer. How do you know?
Because the bot is trained by what we do.
Okay, so
What if we feed it all of the shit before
let me put
we?
it this way: it will reach a point where it is indiscernible, but the nuance of humanity will still be a catalyst variable that will make it unique in a not like the computer has to create a structured non-uniformity. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if we just become like you know, like almost on like a Wall-E thing, like relying completely because we can't predict the future. What if it becomes a way that this is just easier? So like people fall all the way into it instead of having any,
And
because it's just easier to do that.
and
And
like-
that you could theorize in dramatic in other directions too. Like, what if it figures out how to resolve hunger and global like warming, temperature shifting issues, and like, what if
Yeah,
it
but when it gets to that, then
But I was gonna say-
conceptualizes how we can
yeah,
end homelessness.
cause like that's outside of the artistic space for real. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, like I think the practical uses existed before. like they're testing its strength with creativity, but the practical use of it is immeasurable.
And like in the creative space, you always gonna have to tell it what to do for real.
Yeah.
I guess that's the bottom line. Always are gonna have to tell it what to do for real. Like it could, it could try to thinking. But look, it could try to replicate what it think that you might do. But like, how many times has an artist come out doing the exact opposite of what you thought it might be, and it was fire?
Like I was saying, the computer, you as a human being, your nuance is natural. The computer has to study what nuance is and then replicate it.
So you're telling me that AI couldn't be like, hey, do this thing, but like whatever word it would be would expand on this? Because I feel like there's some kind of intelligence in there.
Like, what do you mean specifically?
Like if I said like flowers, but like use like a whatever, some kind of word, you know, my verbiage,
flowers painted,
but like grandiose or something. So then it took it into a.
This is why This is why the human creativity would never not be a thing, because like I could be like, I'm dropping my album and I want all my artwork. I want dead flowers because it represents something that happened in my life. Yeah. And then people see that shit and they be like, oh, I get what happened in his life. I feel that for real. I might have used AI to make all of the dead flowers, but AI can't sit there and be like, for your next shit, you should do dead flowers because it represents this in your life.
What if 50 years from now, if the dead flowers work, that people just told the AI to make the dead flowers?
It will get to that.
It can do that if you already give it your life story.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying for real. But it's always going. It can only do what you give it. It can only do what it's trained to do.
That's the thing about AI. So like the reason that I look at it is back to the idea. The nuance comes in from the human idea. Now it may develop to a point where the computer is like, maybe we have an AI social media company that just creates content that we digest in the future.
Right.
Like I think like that's what you're envisioning. But I think that like the reason that these great AI images come out is because the person was like imagining a glass flower exploding on a fucking summer night over a lake.
And you was inspired to do that.
So trash.
And you was inspired to do that for something that happened in your life. Hold on, but you was inspired.
I'm just being funny.
But a motherfucker was inspired to do that by something that happened in its human life. You know what I'm saying? That's why you was inspired to even create that image for real. And that's where the real art come from. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough, for sure.
Want to talk basketball for a minute before we get up out of here? Anthony Edwards finna had niggas wearing AEs with jeans, man. Even though he
what
not.
What did you say?
Anthony Edwards.
What does he play for?
Timberwolves. They getting their ass kicked right now. Good Lord. But Denver wasn't finna let that happen, bro.
But the AE ones. You were saying, like, I do like that point. And we can go on a little longer because I do love this point that you were saying.
That niggas finna start wearing basketball shoes again, bro.
I fucking love it.
That's where sneakerhead culture came from.
I know, bro. Like, and like you said, like, people forget, like, we weren't always wearing skinny jeans.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Niggas were wearing penny half cents with big ass jeans.
So
back in our day.
Explain these AE ones.
So they're like the a lot of new basketball shoes are super ass, right? And they're unwearable. Mm-hmm. And he actually came out with like a really like good looking shoe that you can wear on the street. But in recent years, people like there's some of these like newer silhouettes that people really fuck with, but people kind of just subject them to just being able to hoop in them, correct? Mm-hmm. So like I think
too big.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, somewhere around, I would say it was what, like
2009.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 2010, 2009.
When Wale was wearing LeBron 7.
Yeah, like but before then,
very specific. I know
niggas was only wearing basketball shoes and for like casual wear. We was wearing all the Iversons, the T-Max, the Hirachis, niggas was wearing basketball shoes to school and shit.
Yeah. But they looked a certain way though, right?
No, I mean they was basketball shoes. But
they looked better.
Hirachi is a basketball shoe?
It's
not the one you thinking of. Okay. You know, I'm thinking of the Kobe one. You know the Kobe Hirachi, the 2006.
But no, the Hirachi itself is like a it's just like a running athletic.
Right.
shit,
I was like, what? You can hoop
I was talking about the 2K. What was
Yeah.
the 2K4s or some shit like that?
some shit like that. Yeah.
Them bitches was hard. Kobe was wearing them bitches.
But these AE ones, what?
They're-
Like a boot cut or what's
No, they're
going
just
on?
a regular. They're a regular basketball shoe. But like
They just
earlier,
look
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought they were pants. I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
I saw
I sent you a
jeans.
pic. I sent y'all a picture of.
yeah,
them
he right there.
this
He
week.
playing right now, getting his ass kicked in them on. There they go right there. The green and blue ones he got on.
Yeah.
But like before like 2009, Bailey, niggas would wear basketball shoes to school.
Yeah.
It was like a shift.
Yeah, I
that,
seen them. I mean, I went to public
Yeah, you
school.
went to- like, niggas had them-
Yeah. You wear. She wears up tempo.
yeah, niggas had them T-Rex on.
I seen everyone with my favorite shoe on for
And
a very
but
long time.
while we were on break, me and Nate
That was heartbreaking,
pinpointed. We
too, when it
pinpointed the
happened.
the time that like basketball shoes became not cool to wear.
Yeah.
it was when niggas started wearing skinny jeans for real. Cause that's when I stopped wearing them. Cause I used to
Yeah.
wear. I used to be like, yeah, I'm finna get the new mics. Niggas would wear the new mics to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like it was when skinny jeans came. Cause I remember I was early on the tight jeans wave, and I was like, these shoes too big on my feet.
Yeah. Exactly.
I gotta wear a Chuck Taylor, something slim.
Yep.
And then when tight jeans came to style, you can't wear them big ass shoes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
niggas stopped wearing them.
You can't wear a pair of foam posits with skinnies.
Bruh, so I wear
You
my
look like
up
from Man.
Dirty
I know.
work right there.
Listen, I wear my up tempos with leggings. Okay?
You
different,
are
though.
a
I
girl.
wish
You are a
there's
girl.
so
It's
much-
different.
You are a
But
girl
wait,
with tiny feet.
But do you understand how that makes me kind of feel like I'm not doing it right though?
No.
right?
No, it's
Because
different.
No,
Wait,
no,
because
no.
I've been telling Perry for the longest, and while I have a few Jordan, not a lot, but like I've never liked Jordans like that because I hated what it was. Probably in the time you guys are talking about, where I saw girls wearing Jordans crazy, but like their pants would be so tight, and I would just like.
you actually right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Girls
I
would be like,
used
I
to
got these
hate-
12s on with these.
Yeah,
And that's when
with the
niggas was wearing
tiny-
big pants. And niggas
Like
was wearing big
light
pants.
wash jeans ever.
Nah, like
like
the up tempos and shit, they're not looking like that though. They're not looking like a pair.
I know girls can get away with it,
Girls
but
would be
just
wearing-
know I
but
love it
girls would be
deeper
wearing-
than
Hold on, let me
how
get this
I.
off.
Go ahead.
The girls would be wearing like Team Jordans with like some skinny mud jeans. You
Indeed.
feel me?
Yes,
That's
exactly,
different.
exactly.
I can see why you feel that way now that you said that, for real.
Yeah.
Because girls have always been wearing basketball shoes with tight
Yeah.
pants, for real.
Because I never really liked it, but I would catch myself in the up tempos and like, yeah, I like fuck with it, but just like you said, I have like a small foot,
Yeah,
right?
I wear a size 13.
I've
bro.
worn the up
Big ass shoe
tempos
boy.
with a baggy pant, and I hate how little my foot looks. So
Yeah.
then I get nervous. Like I'm just like, where do I
Nah,
fit in
That's
in
the
between?
style now.
I was trying to wear like real hoop shoes, like LeBron's and shit with acne denim.
Yeah,
like,
on
you know
my
what I
soul,
mean?
for real. On my soul, for real. Niggas had to
Those
switch the
very-
Vans. That's when I switched the Vans
Yeah.
from these Vans. And
That definitely makes sense.
I remember I used to be walking around them big ass, like high top
So what does
Air Force
let me
One
look
with
at
the strap on the
AE1s.
AE1s look above for real. Them bitches got a hard. And like the way this nigga been hooping recently, not today.
Yeah.
Not right now. He's not hooping that way.
Yeah.
But how he's been hooping recently, niggas is finna start wearing them shoes.
Yeah.
Them Adidas,
Wait.
yeah.
Oh no.
Them bitches is hard for real. But like, yeah, New York just lost. All my teams lost today. We in the second round of the playoffs now. We got the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks, and I definitely want the New York Knicks to take the whole thing for real.
Whoa.
I mean, not.
Bro, if we go to New York and
the
it happens,
the city would be crazy. I might have to go to New York
but we'll never be able to get out, bro. It'll be like escaping New York.
Oh yeah, exactly.
on my soul.
The flights will be delayed. like,
Super.
these?
Yup, them right there.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Okay. So it's, yeah, okay, I can see what
They're
you're
beautiful.
talking
And
about.
then who else we got on the East? The Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Are these all fake or they come in all these colors?
No, they come in
come in
all
all
those
those
colors.
colors.
Damn, okay. All right.
And then on the West, we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the OKC Thunder. That's tied up 1-1 right now. The nigga Kyrie was going crazy last night, bro. He was mad as hell. They was yelling at him from the crowd.
Luka sucks.
How long do we have until the finals? Because you know.
This the second round. So look, we got 2 games on the East. We got 2 games on the West. Like I said, on the East, we got the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks, and then we got the Boston Celtics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the winners of those 2 will play each other, and the winners of that will go to the finals. On the Western Conference, we got the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, which is crazy that the Timberwolves took the first 2 games in Denver, because I've never seen Denver get their ass kicked like they got their
Yeah,
ass
the
kicked. in
Timberwolves. What?
Shout out Derek. I wish Derek was here for real.
Yeah, Shout out to the dog.
Yeah.
He be hitting me up like, "You watching the game, dog?" Minnesota ass motherfucker. Yeah,
I look
yeah.
at that. Let's go.
And then we got the Timberwolves and the Nuggets right now, and then we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the OKC Thunder, which is tied up. So the winners of those two will play each other, and then the winner of that will go to the finals.
Yeah.
I want the Dallas. That's the thing. I like the Dallas Mavericks, and I like the Wolves on the West. I would want the Dallas Mavericks to win because I want Kyrie to get one on his own. Yeah. And I would love to see you happy. I would love to see Luka get one.
That should be your first one.
You want to see me cry?
But Anthony Jeffrey Edwards. His middle name is Jeffrey now. That nigga has been hooping, bro. Look at this nigga. Yeah, they gotta rest him for the next game. They wasn't gonna sweep the Nuggets. Hell no, I don't think that shit. They wasn't gonna sweep the Nuggets. Yeah. But yeah, and then who? Yeah, so yeah, I want the Knicks on the East.
We'll see good basketball.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
This is when it counts.
Yes, sir. Just know I got my Chief Keef shirt. Shout out to Juggernaut. Yeah. I love y'all.
Chief Keef album dropped today too. Listen to that shit.
Yes, sir. It's a Face Value Podcast, episode 248. Y'all already know what it is.
Howdy, folks.
Hell yeah.